is one means of transportation that people use it to bypass all the traffic on the road. But I think right now they cannot access it. Of course, people are doing a lot of trekking, which of course they said is part of exercise on their path. But it's not funny. It's not funny something. You can see Lagosians trekking and sweating seriously. It's not funny.
Well, some people would say the trekking is good for the health, especially when it comes to fitness. But of course, we know that there is the adverse effect on the health too, because it doesn't have to be excessive. But when we compare this particular ban to that which was, given in 2020, 2021, thereabout, what would you say is the difference, especially in the level of compliance? Because report says that this time around, there's like a 90% level of compliance. Igboja, are you with us? Okay.
Yes, of course. You get to see some of these things at the initial stage. You see the security agents coming to enforce it. But we're just going to give it time and see how it goes. Of course, this same thing that is going on today has happened in the past. For instance, in those states when in 2013, when the comrade governor Adam Sumole was in power, he placed a ban on the use of commercial motorcycle in the city. And we saw it for some time. After some time, we saw them back on the street and they went to court and came back from the court. In 2014, they got the judgment in their appeal court and all that, and today is a matter of the past. Of course, in the main city, you don't get to see commercial motorcycle, but you get to see them close to the main city, in the streets, in the lanes, and close of each particular city of that state. But what we get to see is that some other persons uses Okada or commercial motorcycle in the main city, and they don't get been arrested and all that. Of course, that happened before in Lagos. Over time, we saw them returning back to the streets. We saw them returning back to the roads. We saw them returning back to those areas that were restricted from going to. But we're just going to give it time. But one thing is for sure, the governor has assured the people, he has assured Lagosians that this ban is total and is not going back on it. And some Lagosians are supporting it, but some others are saying that the governor should put things in place to ensure that those who have Okada as a means of livelihood can get one or two things to fall back to and not getting them involved into criminalities and all that.
So were you able to speak with some of the Okada riders, considering how it affects their income, especially, considering the fact that many of them have this as their major means of livelihood? How much are they losing daily?
Yes, most of the Okada riders, of course, are not happy about the situation, but some of them say they don't have, they cannot start fighting against the government, they cannot start protesting the decision of the governor, that the governor is the number one citizen of the state, and they respect his opinion and his decision. But they are appealing to the governor that he should consider them, he should understand that they have families, they have children, they have people who depend on them for livelihood, they have people who depend on them to earn a living, and the only means that they can do that is through the commercial motorcycle riding and all that. That the government should make a way where they can sit and have a round table talk where they can actually pour out their mind to him and bring out some of those things that they think can help them alleviate the effect of the ban of Okada in Lagos State. Of course, we are listening to them. We also understand that some of these people, they travel far from other states into Lagos State, and they have come to stay. They are people that are now in Lagos and they are living well. You don't expect them to start running back home now and telling their people that they have come back home coming back with nothing.
Yeah, but Paul, we've heard of
them.
situations that some of them have actually relocated, considering or looking at the recent development.
Yes, of course. Some of them are trying to move to neighboring states. Some of them are trying to move to areas where these restrictions are not being enforced. But for some others who are just new to the state, who are just coming into the state newly, they have to return back. Some of them are taking their motorcycles back to the state where they are coming from.
Okay, Paul.
The source of the issue is government should begin to look at beyond the ban of Okada. Security agencies should begin to look at beyond the ban of Okada, looking at how to start checking insecurity in the state, because some of these people are not going to be leaving the state right now, and if they don't have food on their table, they may end up going to the street and becoming threats to the people in the society.
Okay, Paul. Where you are now, considering the ban, are the roads congested in terms of traffic congestion, and do we have an increase in transportation prices? Talking about the commercial vehicles or buses, as it were.
Yes, of course. Commercial bus drivers are taking advantage of the situation. Places where you used to assess with 100 naira, 150 naira, skyrocketed to over 300 naira.
Wow.
Because they know that Okada men are no longer on the street.
Over 100%.
Of course, traffic situation is still normal. It's still normal, quite normal, like it used to be. But the governor has said that he's going to put more buses on the road to ensure that the RT lanes are properly utilized, so that those going for one business or the other will not be stranded because of the ban.
There are also talks about giving or making available more boats for people to ferry to their different places. But how feasible is that, considering the fact that it's not everywhere you can take boats to? Paul?
Pardon?
There are also talks or reports about the state government providing more boats for people to ferry to their different destinations. But how feasible would that be, considering the fact that not every destination or not everyone can or would require boats to get to where they're going to?
Yes, upon the reason for the ban, the governor has said that he's going to make provision for speedboats to get people accessing some areas that they cannot get to ensure that it's pushing the effect of the ban on them. But like I said before, Bolale, we are going to be looking at these also. We are not going to be rating compliance now. We're not going to be rating effectiveness of government policies and what government has said concerning what is going to put in place to push in the effect. We're not going to be rating all that now. We're going to be giving it, say, 2 or 3 weeks to see how it's going to be going, because we're going to be on the street. We're going to be checking this policy. We're going to be checking this decision to see how it's going to go. Of course, some persons have said that it is going to be reversed when elections are very close. But the governor is saying that it's not reversing his decision, even when it's a date to elections, that the decision has come to stay. But we're just going to give it time and see how it goes.
All right, time we will give it. Thank you so much, Agboje Korea, senior correspondent, for giving us or bringing us up to speed on the situation of things. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, and stay safe. Okay, we'll take a break now. When we come back, more discussions. Please stay with us.